Alright guys, welcome to Insight on Kama TV, and I am Ojoma Yusuf. Today on the show, you know how we do it, but today we're talking on domestic violence. You know, we go around every part and every issues of life affecting humanity. That's what Insight is all about. But today we're talking on domestic violence, and as you can see, I'm very angry today. So on this part today, we'll be doing this together. I have Victoria Ray here with me, and we'll be handling the issue of domestic violence. Why do we have this happening in our society? How can we cope this? And what are the red flags you get to see whenever anyone is getting into a domestic a toxic relationship? Yes, we'll be talking about the red flags you get to see when you're about to get into a toxic relationship. So you're welcome, Victoria, to the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting me here. I really
I'm
appreciate it.
excited you could make it to the show.
Thank you so much.
So how was the trip down to the studio?
Oh my God, it was really okay. Like, it's not far from the house, so
Okay, so
it
you
was
could capture the places.
yes, exactly. So I really love what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing.
Alright, that is good, and that is fine. Well, you know, today I said we'll be talking about domestic violence in the show.
Yeah.
So, and I know most of our people out there doesn't really get to know what domestic violence is all about. So can you just briefly tell us what domestic violence is?
Okay. Domestic violence can also be referred as abuse or intimate. Yes.
Okay.
So when we're talking about domestic violence, define what domestic violence is all about and what abuse it's all about, and as well what to connect both of them.
Together.
Yes, that's domestic and abuse or violence. So now we say domestic is any quarrel or any violence you have with, yes, like the family, or maybe your lovers, your lovers as well, in any relationship.
No.
So that's domestic itself. Then talking about violence or abuse, it's more of like any kind of behavior that someone will just try to make you to be frightened, or to make you less of yourself,
to human you,
to talk to you, humiliate you, terrorize you, manipulate, beat and wound you. That's what it's all about, abuse, like violence, you understand? So now when putting them together, we say domestic violence is any behavior that anyone in a relationship can exhibit, and also it's more of like gaining or maintaining power or control over a certain partner, an intimate partner. So that is what we have. But note this, that this domestic violence can happen with anyone in any race, gender, religious,
whether male or female, any of the parts.
anyone, it can happen. So it's not really specifically for a certain group of
maybe
people.
for only female.
Yes, no. It's most time like a general something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not specifically for a group of people. It can happen to a child, it can happen to a big man, a big lady, any gender. Exactly. So that's what I have for domestic violence.
Yeah, and then specifically not here, if I must say, because this is Adamawa, right?
Yeah.
And I've, as a reporter in my own line, I've seen several cases, severally, and it's really baffled me. And I used to wonder, why would people just decide to violate their maybe counterpart, maybe your friend, someone you say you love, your brother, your sister, or you guys are an intimate relationship and all of that, and at the end of the day you find out what causes this? Like, can you just tell us the reason why people just decide to become violent to another in society?
Okay, it's more of like talking about the causes of the
domestic violence. Yeah, sure, that's what we're going to.
Like, we will just go like and pick few points, but there are lots of causes of domestic violence. Like, one of it is disagreements.
Okay.
Disagreement between spouse as well, while you're dating, you and your boyfriend. Exactly. So disagreement is always there. And secondly, poor upbringing.
Okay.
Specifically now, talking about the men, the guys.
Yeah.
Like, most time when growing up, you found your parents maybe your father abusing your mom by
yeah.
beating her, bullying her, and doing all sorts of things. So that has registered in their mind why they were
Grew up
growing
like
up at that, with their mindset and the picture. So when probably they finally settle down or they marry, they will always feel like maybe the way to vent their anger on their wives is by beating and bullying. And sometimes also we talk about mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health. Your mental health is...
Yeah, I would really like us to really banter on that a lot. Very, very well. But shortly, guys, we are going on a short break, and I'm very sure you have to be there with your book and your pen, so that you can pen down some things. This program today is going to go on another way entirely. So get your book and get your pen and jot down this and follow us shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, people, you're welcome back to Insights with Ojuma Yusuf on Kama TV. And don't forget, we've been talking about domestic violence. And you know, whenever I hear about domestic violence, right, I go gaga. I used to get angry, I used to get crazy. Because it baffles me when you say you love somebody and then you now enjoy implanting pains in such a person. I think that will get me back to the aspect of like right senses, and on a normal note, you shouldn't inflict pains on someone you love. Victoria, how do you see that?
Like me, I don't really know, but I just know that in a relationship, there's something you need to look on. There's something you need to know, which is mental health. Why dealing with someone or whoever you want to marry? Like you will see some people they dress normal. You see some people yes normal, like they're looking good, like they look so perfect.
They look so sane.
Exactly.
Because corporately okay, but inside the head, they are scattered. They are not normal.
Let me tell you that most of them pretend to be who they are not. Like they will dress well, they will talk to you well, they will approach you well
in a very calm way.
In a calm way, because they want to get your attention and they want to get something from you. You understand? But they don't know how to go about it, but rather to pretend to be who they are not. To be normal. So most time, like you see them, the only difference I think them with mad people, I think is more of them talking and know their names. They can communicate with you, but deep inside there is no difference, because the character they exhibit is more of that of mad people that you see on the streets. Like, because if you are not mad, I don't see any reason of you beating a wife or beating someone, a girl you love, or in a relationship. It doesn't really make any sense. No matter how she is to you, no matter how she gets you provoked and all that, it's not it. You abusing her domestically, like you're just abusing her. So most of them, they pretend to be who they are not, and I don't think it is a normal thing for men to use their hands on whosoever they love. I don't think so.
Something was
you can be able to talk to, but not by beating. They are not kids, they are not goats, they are not animals, they're human like you. So like most time people go or jump into relationship without a close observation about who they are dealing with.
Mental check. Mental check. That's exactly where I was about to go to. I was like, okay, should I ask this question? Is it that it is proper for us to checkmate people's mind before getting into anything serious? Because, okay, you can actually say this person is my friend, she's my friend, she's my friend and all of that. But when you know you're about to get into the marriage level or even in a very serious relationship, I think we should actually go for a mental checkup to
That's just
the person
perfectly. You've said
or okay, in their family, let me use this normal English. Then they mad for their house. Yeah, because madness is in the blood.
Exactly.
It's in the blood.
Yeah.
Maybe someone has gone mad before
in their house.
Innocently this other guy is just growing up and is.
But if really you're talking about madness in the family, that means almost all people should be mad now. Like most especially men that abuse women domestically.
Yes, and the children grows up to see their fathers doing that.
Yes. So like what is happening is very bad. I just feel like when you want to go into a relationship that will lead to marriage, because most marriages now and also those in relationship are having issues because they lack this understanding of mental health. You do not know who you're dealing with. It's not more of like, it's not about phone call, a distant one. Come close to know who you're dealing with. Like if you're giving him the love, don't give him 100% love.
Yeah, you said.
Give him 50-50.
So that at least you can have something to fall back to. Whenever anything is happening.
Exactly. Like if you have something to let go, like some of the characters he exhibits, like it's not, it doesn't tally with yours. You like when you convince yourself that when I go into this relationship with him, you will abuse me, you will treat me badly. Like, so you yourself, you start seeing some signs, so you just withdraw because while you've given it 50-50.
Yeah.
If you're giving it 100,
you can lose everything. You can
exactly.
just know that, okay. I need
Yes,
to try,
but if you give it like 100, that's when the problem comes up. Like, because you will not know how to go about or leave the relationship because you're broken totally. So I think when you want to go into a relationship, you should. Mental health is the number one thing
key.
because it can be normal to you. You can
love
see
you, but then when it comes, it displays.
He will beat you. He will like you. In fact, you even the one that your father has not given you before, you get it in your marriage.
Yeah.
But it's totally bad and totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You are human. We are all human. So I think there's a way you talk to someone. And if you think this person doesn't understand you, I think you walk away or you just
instead of the person you say you love.
Exactly. I don't think it's love because if you love someone truly, I don't see any reason of you using your hands on them or bullying them. I don't see any reason except the love is half. It's not true.
She said she doesn't see any reasons of you saying you love somebody and you're beating the person. So that's not love, right? That's not love. Let's go on a short. Alright guys, welcome back to Insight, and don't forget we've been talking about domestic violence. I've been here with Miss Victoria Ray, and well, on this part I had a little story that I would like to share with us before she comes in her own story, because we are not just gisting. These things are happening live. She's a victim, so she's here to tell us how she could manage and how and how she could come out of that relationship. Before sharing your story, you give us the red flags on relationship that should be like that we can run away from. What are the red flags?
Okay, I'll start by saying when you find yourself like what I'm going to list out actually will help you to know the kind of situation you are or the condition you are. If that one like is toxic, like based on what I'm going to tell you, you will know from what I'm going to tell you. So I think first of all, they used to make you feel less important. Like there's nothing good in you. Like you don't have anything to offer.
Okay.
Like and secondly, like more of your own hope is in them. Like you're nothing without them. Like, and they can embarrass you or make fun of you in family members, like in front of the family members. Like they can take drugs or alcohol as an excuse that of them reacting to you.
Because I was drunk. That's why I did.
Yes, I did that, and they can blame you. They can blame you on the whatsoever
issue
or a issue that happened to you that resulted to conflict and beating. They will blame you for that. Yes, you're the reason that I did. You made me slap me. You did this. That's a red flag. Like you don't have to waste your time in that place. And like you will handle you roughly, and it starts like it's a gradual one because while talking, it might be hitting you, like see your head. While you are joking, that's how it begins. Gradually from joke.
People will still have clap. That dance.
Exactly. So from that playful whatsoever that you guys are having, then gradually he might start raising his voice at you, then slap, then beating them, pushing them, biting them. Like that's how it has been. So like most of like this specific points that I'm giving, like the red flags is like you have to run for your life.
When you notice all these
you notice all those signs and points, like just run, because this person is not a normal person. He totally need like check up. Because if rehabilitation, if you overlook all of those things and still went to that relationship, then you should know that you caused whatsoever that is happening to you. Because from the onset, the warning, the flag has been given, so you ignore. So and second, there's this point I want to make. Like, he stops you from visiting your family. For what?
Even friends, sorry.
From friends,
not just
family.
family alone, even friends. Because he doesn't want you to be influenced.
Like, it's too
He feels by the time you are with your
Yeah.
friends, they will tend to tell you that, okay, babe, open your eyes. This thing you're into, are you not seeing that it's not good for you? So to avoid you getting all those advice or running from him, you have to close all doors. He'll make sure he shuts all doors from getting advice. So that you
Yes,
can't
yes, and
you
that's
cannot
how.
leave him.
Yes, and more of his family. That's if you are married. I'm talking about the singles. Yes, you don't take suggestion or advice or permission from someone you are dating while he's not married to you, because when a time comes you didn't inform him of a certain thing, he will think you've gone to cheat on him, and that's how he will vent his anger on you.
Yeah.
You don't take permission while you're still in courtship. You don't take permission or like while you're still dating. He's not married to you. He doesn't have a right over you. Totally. He doesn't have any right over you. While I was still dating, not married though. I don't take any decision on my own. Like, I am used like more than how it should have been. Like cooking, like most of the things I do is like, it's just perfect. Because me, I don't see any reason for you to get mad at me because I put too much of pepper in the food, maybe mistakenly. The next thing I will receive slap in that relationship.
Wow.
I've been beaten severally. Not once, not twice, not thrice. And I'm the type that doesn't talk back at him. I don't talk back at him. Though we've been together, and even though I want to leave, but something keep on holding me. Because when all the investment we've had together, how will I start it all over again? Who will help me? And all of those things was coming through my mind. So most time when he beats me, maybe okay, sometimes you say because I raised the curtain up and mosquito came in.
That's enough.
Whenever a mosquito bites his flesh or his body, you're like, I know now. You are the one that opened the curtain and you allow mosquito to bite me. Oh yeah, pa!
You see the reason for that?
Like, you see my face.
That's serious.
Do you know even his neighbors, they used to hear, like they'll only be hearing the sound of the hitting. Bam, boss, bam, boss, bam.
Punching
me.
As if
not once, not twice, not thrice.
Wow.
And I will still come back. His fault is his own fault, and I will still come back and plead just because I still want the relationship.
You want the relationship to go on.
I want the relationship to go on. And though at that time I was industrious, like because I cook. I am a businesswoman, okay, for events and other things. So I might not say necessarily it's because of his money that he's still keeping me, but because I gave him 100% love, of which I should have given him 50-50, like what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what
we learned from our mistake. So when you give that 50-50, you can be able to come out easily. So I could not give him that 50-50. So what I did was to give him totally 100%. And it affected me so bad that I could not be able to leave the relationship easily. But a time came that he disgraced me outside. Severally, he has thrown me out of shopping, like pushed me. I felt people in the community like beating me, telling me he will kill me. Severally, he has used knife on me.
Wow.
Knife that is going to kill me. It's very like this knife issue is more of like 3 to 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
It's like it has been in him. He bought very sharp, those ones that Fulani people you normally carry. Yeah, he purposely bought it. I don't know who to kill. Maybe it's me. I was seeing all the red flags of which I overlooked it. Like I still want to continue the relationship. Like I said earlier, it's because I was thinking on how to go about starting all over again. Thank God for the victory that there was this embarrassment that happened. So I was out of it, and when I came back to my senses, I was like, Vicky, are you the real person that was in that relationship? Or like, were you cast, like, was it a spell on you?
Was it a spell?
Was it a spell on you that you're doing something without thinking? To the extent you've been beaten to that extent, you see my mouth is big, my eyes is here. Today, if not my eyes, you will use naked wire to flog me. Wow. If you didn't flog me with naked, why are you still dating, not married? All of those things I've gone through. It's not a story, it's what had happened to me. Life. If you can see, there is this a mark here too. This is at the cause of him using blala on me. A grown-up lady like me. So this thing has been happening and I've been enjoying. And do you know how it started? More of raising his voice at me. Okay,
Yeah, so it's not just one
like,
day.
you say, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like it. Fine. Then another thing is like, see, I will slap you. Is something that is growing. You understand? Slap. Then you come back and beg and cry and plead for me to come back. So all of those things I've been ignoring, and when he begs, I want to accept him back because I want the relationship. And knowing too that you don't cheat, like you only focus on that particular person, you gave the person your 100%, so you don't know how to go over again. So that thing has been the major problem in my relationship. And though I have been saying I don't want to tell my family members, because when they come to know about it, they will be angry, and that relationship will be done for that. Like it will be completely gone.
Nobody wants to.
So since I still loved him, but the loving is not the beating aspect. Like emotionally, like you need someone, you need a companion, okay? You need someone that will talk to you, you need someone to hold, yes. But apart from that, I was not happy in that relationship. I was even praying to God to help me how to go about living this relationship, because on my own I couldn't. So that's how, with prayers, and we had a very conflict like that, a very
escalated conflict.
Exactly. And I couldn't keep it to myself. I had to now tell it to people. You know, all this while I've been keeping it to my own self. I don't want to tell anyone, so they will not come and take the relationship away from me. But this time around, I was totally ready to leave, because I've gotten enough. The beating, the using of knives, the names calling, you're stupid, you're a prostitute, you're that. Being a prostitute, I've been with you all the time. So how can I be a prostitute? Like all those unkind words, and I thought over it, and I was okay. Like I am done in this relationship. So I involved some persons, neighbors, family members, started sending the pictures of all the bullying and other things. Like they were all shocked. Like, you were the one that even take all those insults, all those things to that extent. Haba. Some of them were like, take him to court, take him to. I said, it's not really necessary. The main point is that I am out. So, and that's why, I am not really going into details, where I'm just trying to, exactly, to just give you some few points, so that you know that I was once a victim,
and stay
not a story. It was
real.
It was real, like real, to the extent that I can't greet anybody. I don't go to my friend's place. It stopped me from talking to my friends. Like if a man or a guy is over talking to me or laughing to me, he will say, I am falling for him, or he's falling for me. Like, it's this totally jealousy. And that's how it has been. It has been. But when I left, so many people came to tell me that you don't know that this man is a madman from a distance. I said, I know that he's a madman. So I was hoping that God will change him. It doesn't work that way. If God wants to change someone, he knows how to not
change him before you meet him.
Exactly. So like, there is no any change. If you are out there trying to say you want to change a man, you are deceiving yourself. Just kukuma, leave. You see him beating you, doing all of those things, he will end up killing. There was a time my neck, he pressed my, exactly. Wow. Like I almost gave up. Thanks to one of his neighbor, a lady that came in. Chief, do you want to kill her? And she went to call the other neighbors. Wow. Come. And this is the person that if you try to avoid not going to his place, he will always call your line. Where are you? You are going to change. You are going to do this. You are going to, and you come. There is no day in that relationship that misunderstanding. Like, he gets angry for no reason.
That is why we're talking about the mental checkup.
Like, he gets angry for no reason. Like, it's a difference in when you know that someone is angry at a particular something. But when you realize, like, it will be very difficult when you know that someone is getting angry at you for no reason. You don't know when, how he's getting angry. You don't know. So, like, it's really like displeasing.
That's why we said people must be checked. Everybody we have to go through this check. Like, people must be checked. So don't just enter into what you can't explain, and at the end of the day there are bruises, everything. In the name of love,
bruises.
No, don't take that.
Like most time it will be more of like, I am sorry for doing this. Like just like the causes of domestic violence that I was telling you about. They will always accuse you for blaming them and other things. So and maybe using drugs and alcohol as an excuse. Oh, I did this. But it's not true.
Yeah, and shortly before we round up the show, I would like you to give your last advice to some ladies that are out there and they're already like, oh, I'm into this, I can't go, and all of that. Your last word, what do you have to say to them as we close?
My advice is that, please, sister, if you want me to kneel down, I will do it. Leave that
Run for your
relationship,
life.
evaporate, run. All those things we've discussed about.
Yeah.
If you know that you're
You're seeing all
falling,
these things.
exactly, you're seeing all those signs and everything, the causes and everything, please leave. Because if you're thinking about the investment that you guys have done together, see, it might end up killing you and you bring back your corpse in the house. And when you bring back the corpse in the house, that's 2-0. You bring another woman to come and enjoy what you've invested with him. So it's better you start all over again. At least you have a brighter future. You have hope in life. You're still alive, so you can bounce back again and again and again. And you still have story to tell people out there.
And then
that's what I have for you.
And then most importantly, your life is saved.
Exactly.
So there, if you want to save your life and you want to make things work again, why not run away from toxic relationship? And remember, she mentioned the red flags. Just make sure you run away from any sign she just mentioned and save your life. See, you're very much important than that relationship.
Yeah,
your life is
yeah.
much more important.
Yeah.
We love you and we don't want to see you dead tomorrow. And then
No.
you not say, okay, this person killed her and all of that. So please, whether a man and man is like two side things. Whether you're a man, you're being violated by a woman, please don't be ashamed to talk. Come out and talk and people will save you. Yeah. See, your life is more important than that relationship. If you see any of these signs she has mentioned, like Miss Victoria said, just run. Like, run for your life. Pack your shoe. In short, forget your shoe, right? And run for your life.
Exactly.
Because we love you too dearly. As in, we love you so much.
Yes.
And we don't want you to just end your life because of the relationship.
Domestically,
So,
nice.
and even if you're a man or you're a woman, don't be ashamed. Come out and talk. Don't say, okay, me I'm a man, no, and then the woman is violating me, so I can't talk, or society will laugh at me. Come out and talk so that you can save your life. So, together we're saying,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Don't forget to like our show, state your comments, and also subscribe. Follow up. Just follow us and let us know you follow us on the show. Don't forget, this is Insight with Ojoma Yusuf on Kama TV. We're saying bye-bye. We love you all.